Hello to everyone joining the stream. It's going to be just a calm, relaxing stream where I'm doing something I need to do. Spilled some chocolate milk on my gaming keyboard, and I don't want the keys to stick going forward or any of the bits on the board to get damaged. So I'm going to take it apart, use some 99% alcohol and this handy dandy toothbrush, give it a good clean, and then we'll put it back together and hopefully get it to work. The chocolate milk fiasco is something that could definitely ruin this keyboard permanently, but this is about a $120 keyboard if I'm not mistaken for how much I paid for it, because it's a mechanical keys, which is much better for gaming, and I'd like to try to save it if possible. So we're going to give it a go, taking this apart and cleaning it thoroughly, and hopefully we have success in our restoration and recovery efforts. So I've already taken off all the keys, as you can see. We might give them an individual scrub down as well. But right now we're going to take off this whole faceplate, and this is going to be the dangerous part because there'll be some components that are probably connected through delicate little circuit tape and stuff, and that's what we don't want to break when we pop this open. And I don't always have the most delicate touch, so we are going into the danger zone, as it were. Highway to the danger zone. Right. Let me switch up my screen so I can have a better view of the chat here. There we go. Is this because I told you to stream doing the dishes? That definitely inspired it, the idea of getting something done while streaming. I need to move the chat. It's blocking the view. There you go. Much better. You know, you might see an incidental slip of some arm skin or something during this stream if you're lucky, so oh boy. Who knows what'll happen. Lord of Darkness just threw $10. Hey, Skeem, we are only $400 for the free Ridley. I know you support it. Can we show the Hatter some love? Hatter's only $400 away from having to start an OnlyFans for his cross-dressing persona. That's pretty insane. If you don't know Mad Hatter, he's a consistent contributor to the channel. Check out his channel. Drop some donos on him if you want to make him do an OnlyFans account cross-dressing.
30% of your donation to Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
I should have turned that down a little bit. Hopefully that helps turn it down. This seems sensible. Many would throw away and get a new one. Look, I try to reuse things and preserve them. If I'm not going to use it anymore, I try to give it away or sell it. And if it's something that I would still use, I'm going to give it an honest shot at fixing it. I try to be responsible with things that have monetary value, especially. Let's see if should we turn on more light here? Yeah, I think that gives it a cleaner look. So I'm going to give us a little more lighting here so it's not as dead. This is some hype content. Sure is. Top shelf content right here. I mean, it's got some ASMR qualities to it, so aside from my alerts. Yeah, I know the alert is super loud compared to me. I already made that statement earlier, Mrs. Skeem. I try to fix it. We'll see what happens. No guarantees. Alright, what screws am I missing? There's one. There are a lot of screws on this keyboard. But yes, I would rather not spend another $150 on a mechanical keyboard. Technically, I could afford to, but I'd rather see if I can restore this one. I was very sad to have spilled chocolate milk on it like an idiot, but mistakes happen. And I'm just trying to see if I can correct that mistake with a little bit of work rather than just purchasing a new one. Let's see. Oh, there's another screw right there. Luckily, these are all just Phillips head screws, so I'm not having to like keep track of different screw variants at this point, and I hope this will give me access to where I need to go without any other steps. That is my hope. I'm just seeing if there's any other screws I've missed before I try to pop this plate off. I do believe that's all of them. So,
Skeem thanks you for your money.
might be the perfect content to fall asleep to, so I guess I should go to bed. Well, have a good night, Freeman. Hopefully that alert was a little quieter for you guys than the other one. I tried to turn it down. Alright. There we go. Nice and easy all the way around. Feels held down by something, so I missed a screw, and there it is. Alright, well, at least I found it. Alright, so let's see if there's any other screws we'll find as we try to pull this plate off. Good.
30% of your donation to Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
Skeem. Wow, $100. I want to do this for a minute. So here's a thank you for your music and content that's helped me get back to normal over the last quarter of a year. Zach, that is huge, especially for a weird stream where I'm just trying to clean a keyboard. I really appreciate you. I'm glad my music has spoken to you. I'd say more, but I'm just trying to really concentrate on not snapping this thing in half and making sure I'm not missing a screw because it's really tight in this spot. But damn, Zach, just throwing out huge money. And I'm very happy that my music's had that kind of an impact on you. Okay, I could see the board and the circuitry under here now. Just trying to see what else I'm missing as far as what you need to do to get this bad boy off. Too bad $30 went to YouTube, says Spartan. Well, at least we got to hear the Joker comically talk about that. Okay, so it's this top hinge that's giving me trouble, so maybe I need to start with the top hinge. Or see if there's something else holding it in place. Do I have to take off these little footies to get to it? I hope not. Really didn't want to do anything that intense. I'm not a professional at this. Okay. It's going to be off camera while I try some stuff. Bear with me. Definitely have all the screws now, but I'm trying to see what holds the top end in place. It's almost like it doesn't look like that part comes off like the rest. Let's just keep opening it around the sides. It's always the best bet. Let's see if I can't get into it. Okay, what's holding it? Trying to pry it open enough so I can peek inside and see what holds the top bit in. Okay. I see those are the screws. So why aren't you? I almost got enough money for a new keyboard in the stream cleaning my keyboard. You're not wrong. My goal is to never be wasteful of money, especially since most of my money comes from other people's hard-earned money. I don't want to just be lavishly wasting it. That's just not wrong. It's not how I was raised. So, you know, if I fail at this and it breaks and I have to buy a new keyboard, so be it. But I'm not just going to... Now we're going to see if there's any screws hidden under these feet. Oftentimes on electronics, there's screws hidden under these feet, and that might be what's stopping me. So let me see. Get the tweezers. We're going to find out together there's some additional hidden screws to try to discourage me here. And yes, there are. We found it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me... Oop, I spilled a little bit of alcohol over here. Let me wipe that up. Okay. So there are screws under the feet. Not ideal. I mean, I'm going to try to keep these in a spot where I'll be able to stick them back. Hopefully that won't be an issue later. Okay. Okay. Get the screws over here. All right. I'll use a different tool to try to get these other feet out. See if I can use this guy instead. Are mechanical keyboards worth the extra money? Well, if you're gaming, yes. I would honestly say a mechanical keyboard is worse for typing. You'll type faster on a non-mechanical keyboard. But for gaming, it's a very different experience, and I'd say it's far, far superior. They're a nicer feel, and yeah, I would say for gaming, it does make a difference. Get that one when I flip this over. Don't listen to Lord of Darkness, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Mad Hatter, Ridley will be freed. I believe your community can do it. Free Ridley, everybody. We want the OnlyFans. Well, some of us do. No offense, Hatter, but I'm not going to subscribe to an OnlyFans if you make one. But I would get joy out of knowing you had to make one, though. Alright, so there was no screw under this. So I'm assuming then, I'm going to try, since all of the friction was up here, that those two screws are the only hidden screws, and these feet don't have screws hidden under them. Which should be fine by me. Let's get these last screws out. Okay. Come on, screw. You should be all the way undone. You're just chilling in there now. Guess I could just get you off by pulling off the rest of this. I just don't want to accidentally lose a screw here. Alright, that'll work. Oh, that was so much easier now to pull apart.
30% of your donation to We Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
50 more? Here's an even 100 or more. I'm bad at math. It's more than 100 even after YouTube's 30%. I really appreciate you. You're just going crazy tonight. Ugh. Were you able to guess the gift? I was, Travis. You're sending me Jurassic Park for Super Nintendo so that I can emulate it, since I never owned that game, so I didn't feel comfortable emulating it, because I remember that conversation we had where I told people I don't feel comfortable emulating games that I don't currently own or haven't at least purchased legally at some point, and I never purchased Jurassic Park. So I'm going to have a cartridge version for a Super Nintendo I don't own.
30% of your donation to We Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
But that means I'll actually be able to, you know, play Jurassic Park on stream in an emulator. So I very much appreciate that. I'm excited. At least that's what I think it is by the photo. If it's something else, cool. But if it's that, I'm very happy. Alright, so this is the little part that I was talking about that I didn't want to accidentally unplug or mess with, but I might have to unplug it for this. So we're just going to very carefully unplug this so that I can separate and really clean this motherboard. Oh boy, there's this little guy too. We're just gonna pull you back. And come on. It's a pinch and pull. Tiny electronic parts. So fun. You know, maybe I could do this with this still stuck on here. We're gonna try that first because I'm not delicate. So let's get this dust out of here. And you can already see a streak of chocolate milk right there. Yeah, it was a bad spill. So we're gonna get rid of that real quick with some isopropyl alcohol, or however you say it. You don't want that residue left. Firmer bristles would be more ideal, but this is what the dollar store had for Mrs. Skeem to get to help me out here on this project. I don't need it to be perfect, I just want it to be no gunk that could hurt the mechanics. Alright, so we're going to leave this bottom alone and flip this over and kind of take a look at everything here that's been revealed. And what I wanted to get to when I open this is actually the bottom. I don't know why I just flipped that. Is these components here, and I'm going to show you this. You can see, if you look at the board here, I don't know how well you could see it if it'll focus. Come on, focus, bitch. You can see those little spots where it's darker brown. That's not the board. That is chocolate milk. And that's what we needed to pull this apart to clean. Because I can't have this board having chocolate milk in it, because what'll happen is any liquid that stays in that sticky chocolate substance, if that heats up, it could, and catches the humidity in the air, it could start to liquefy again instead of just being sticky. And water or any sort of liquids with any malleability plus circuitry equals not a good time. So, well, you should always get hard, Mrs. Skeem. Hard is always the way to go, don't you know? But it'll be fine. We'll be fine with medium bristles. But now let's just clean this board before we put it back together, so that hopefully it doesn't short on us. Now, the reason you get 99% alcohol is because then it's hardly any like liquid content that's not just going to evaporate away. You want just the alcohol for a cleaning agent. This is one of the only things that's safe to clean a circuitry board with, is this type of alcohol. 99% consistently isopropyl alcohol, however you say that word. And we might as well just clean all the components while we're in here. It's not going to hurt anything. You can scrub down on these. I don't know if you know that, but now you do. This is completely safe. Now, this thing might not turn on after we're done with this, but it's not going to be because of the alcohol scrub. It's going to be because of either the chocolate milk incident originally or something else that I screw up taking it apart and putting it together. But this part is safe for electronics. People who repair electronics for a living, this is generally what they're going to be doing if they're trying to fully restore an electronic. They're going to take it apart and they're going to clean the inside thoroughly, like I'm doing now, to get any gunk or food from prior owners off of it, because that stuff can actually, especially if it's more of like a computer or gaming system, that could actually slow down and impact performance if the hardware is dirty or damaged. Oftentimes people's computers, the number one reason they're slow is because they're dirty inside. That's like the number one reason people have slow computers, is the internals are dirty. Man, this chocolate milk is stubborn in some of these spots. Really gotta get in there and scrub.
Thank you for joining.
Hey, Vi, thank
Totally
you for
not a
joining
cult
the
of
channel.
Skeem.
Way to go.
Enjoy the merriment and gratuitous amounts
Appreciate
of
you.
butt stuff. New cult member.
You're gonna get a cult member message from the Joker soon. Come on, there's this big chunk I want to clean here. That's working pretty well, actually. Alright. It's gonna about do it on the board side. These bristles have browned up just a little bit. You probably can't tell, but just a bit. Now we do need to clean the other side. So we're gonna flip this. Keep all the screws over here. I'm sure we've gotten a few screws that ran away, so we'll see if we can find them later. They should all be generally in this pile, but I'm not the most organized person in the world with this. I'm just doing what I can. I'm not a pro at this. This is not my profession, but I know enough to hopefully fix this without buying a new one or paying someone to fix it, which would probably cost me as much as it would cost to buy a new one.
What's this? Somebody
Thank you for
new?
subscribing,
Welcome, new butt brother!
You got the cutest video from my sister-in-law about how Skeem's brother supports him. Oh, that's nice. So now we're doing the top. Oof, hopefully not ruining everything. Oh, it's so dirty. And I've tried to get this dust out and stuff, and it's just staying. This part we're going to be a little more lavish with the alcohol because I want some of it to soak in to the other side of the board that we don't have access to. So that's going to be something we're doing here. Pouring a little more alcohol. And I just pour it into the cap of the alcohol is where I'm pouring this. You don't need to get like a separate cup or anything because you don't want to be using too much. The spill was mainly here, so this is where I'm going to concentrate a lot of my efforts. I like how this stream is garnering more attention than most of my gaming streams. Probably because it's content that people don't see every day and it's relaxing for the background. But you'll love to see the support for someone trying to restore something instead of just throwing it away. It was my bad. I spilled chocolate milk all over this beautiful keyboard and I just didn't want to just have to throw it out. So I'm hoping I can fix it. The keys did start to short circuit a little bit before I was able to unplug it. There was a little bit of flashing lights, but when I was looking at the board just now, it doesn't look like there's any permanent damage. So I think if I get this cleaned well enough, we can have this keyboard live a good full life instead of just getting into some electronics junk heap or some landfill decomposing for the next never because there's too many plastic pieces. And also, if we get, you know, some good amount of alcohol in all of these keys, any sort of residue inside the keys that might have made them stick should also get worked out here. And making sure every single key at some point is getting a good scrubbing. I don't want any sticky keys. It really hurts since I've got like a torn muscle in my bicep that's doing most of the work here on my right bicep. I tore some muscles and ligaments just yesterday. So this kind of effort is a lot more difficult than it otherwise would be. But, you know, work through it. I haven't really done anything with it until this point, so I think we'll be good. I've been resting it well. I could see already on certain areas a white powder forming where I've scrubbed, and those are the areas that had chocolate milk residue that I couldn't see, which is good. The alcohol is dissolving it and turning it into more of a powder, which is exactly what we want, so it doesn't make an unexpected reappearance later. Let me just kind of feel that all these keys are pressing well, make sure none of them are sticking. We're getting closer to reassembly already, honestly, because there's not much more I'll be able to do than this. So if this kind of a thing doesn't repair it, I'm not going to be able to do much more teardown without just completely breaking it, because that's beyond my expertise. So getting close to finding out if we fix this thing. I need a different air bottle. That one's been used too much recently. Ugh. This is so ASMR. Yeah, it is in a way, for sure. Not that, though. That's too loud. That's the part they'd edit out of the ASMR video. Alright. I'm going to use tweezers to get rid of some of these little hairs that won't go away. I just don't want... This isn't for restoration. This is just because I have a chance to get rid of these little hairs that got stuck in my keyboard at some point. Ooh, these tweezers are bent. They're no good for getting this out because they've been used for so many electronics projects. Can't even get a hair out of here. Oh, you fail me, tweezers. You fail me. Well, maybe that hair will just be one with the keyboard now. Nope, I got it with the toothbrush after the tweezers loosened it. Great. Alright, tweezers, you helped a little bit. See if you can help with this one. This one's jammed in there, too. See if you can loosen it for the toothbrush again. Get on out of there. Nope, that one's one with the keyboard, I think. I'll live. I'll never see it again once the keys are back in, and it won't hurt the performance. Different what? Tweezers? Yeah, I would actually really like different tweezers. If you have, but don't give me different tweezers. I'm gonna ruin them doing this. So if you want to buy me different tweezers for the future, yes, but don't give me tweezers that you have because I will ruin them. They will be destroyed, just like these ones got destroyed. Now we're gonna do another pass because there's a lot of parts that still have that residue powder. The parts that didn't really get hit by chocolate milk are looking good. The parts that did are definitely still showing powder every time they dry up, which means we just got to do another pass. Got to keep cleaning it. You got a $25 dono in case you didn't see it. I didn't. You don't have teeth. Where did you find a toothbrush? Ah. Kits McGee, I appreciate the $25 dono. Sorry I didn't see it sooner. Thanks for showing me, Mrs. Skeem. Well, I mean, we got a toothbrush at the dollar store. We definitely had to buy it for this project, considering the lack of teeth. Now, I don't have my headphones on, so if I don't see it pop up on the chat, then I'm not going to see the dono, I guess. But thank you for letting me know, Mrs. Skeem. Are you giving me tweezers to ruin? Just set it there. Alrighty. Well, rest in peace to these tweezers. F in the chat for the tweezers, because they won't last long under my supervision. But they did get the hair out. Look at them go. Yeah. Good job, tweezers. They did their job. Alright. So I guess that's W in the chat for the tweezers this time. They nailed it. keep you around. You tweezers are going in the trash. So I guess more of an F in the chat for the old tweezers. Alright, so still got some white powder here. So we're going to do another pass. You can actually kind of see the white powder if you look closely and you have a high enough resolution on your stream. I want all of that gone before I plug this in again. Nice, clean, and ready for action. And I see another bit of hair that I can grab with my tweezers. Since nothing else seems to get it out. Good job, tweezers. And another bit of gum.
We Skeem thanks you
here.
for your money.
Vibe! What in the fuck? He no message? You're just gonna throw $250 at me and not even say what or why? Bro. I could buy two of these gaming keyboards with that. But hopefully I don't have to. I'd like to restore this one. But damn, that's a vibe right there. And props for using Streamlabs says Duel. Well, definitely Stream MVP. Is there any message you want to give us with that, or you just decided to just drop that for the sake of it? Like, man, I appreciate that. But like I said, I don't want to ever like be frivolous with money you guys give me. That's why I'm trying to restore this instead of just buying a new one. Obviously, Vibes made it that I can if it comes down to that, but I am hoping the end of this stream can be a happily ever after, that we plug this guy in and it works again. It wasn't working great when I unplugged it after the spill, I'll tell you that. The guy legitimately has 10-pound balls. Facts. Alright, well, almost all the white powder's gone now. That means we're about to put this back together. All the buttons are clicking very well. He literally throws money on the table and walks away. You right, he did. He did. No message. He just mic dropped. He's like, I don't need a message. I just need to send a message. Alright, everything's clicking well. I guess we've used the cap of alcohol, so I think it's time for reassembly. I think it's time for us to try to put this back together and hope it'll work. Okay, so let's first of all make sure we do this nice and carefully. Alright, everything's back there, and the first things are going to be the screws that are hidden under the feet. They're still in here. They never went anywhere. The type of guy to tip 100% for the waiter. Facts, Spartan. That is the type of guy that Vibe be. Alright, now it's time for the other one. You know, I'm actually liking this stream format. I'm using my DSLR, so I think that the video quality is actually probably really good on this stream, which makes me happy. I mean, obviously it's going to be down-resed by Twitch and YouTube. But I think I got the lighting and everything pretty well. This is probably an enjoyable view. I'm kind of proud of this little impromptu clean my keyboard. I'll be more proud if we actually fixed this keyboard. But that remains to be seen. Alright, we're reinstalling the little feet. No problems there. Now, we get to play find all the screws on the top of this. That's the game of the century right now. Find all the little damn screws. We'll find where they go, because the screws are pretty much right here. My apologies if you saw any of my arm there. I know that might be scarring for some of you to see some of my skin, but if you watch my channel, I've been very open on my skin tone. it shouldn't be too much.
What's
of a surprise.
this? Somebody
Thank you
new?
for following the
Welcome,
Godly.
new butt brother!
I appreciate the follow and the love. Take a follow. I love you, they say. All right, let's make sure everything's lined up. It is. All right. No time like the present. All of the white powder is gone now. There's some slight bits of residue, but at this point I'll live with it because I know that the main mess that's going to cause any malfunctions has been thoroughly cleaned. Alrighty. That's first screw of many.
What's this? Somebody new? Welcome, new butt brother!
Thank you for following. It's Philly406. Appreciate you. Let's try this one instead. I realized I need to just stop doing this randomly. I should probably put these in some sort of sensible spot. I'm going to do the bottom row and then the middle row and so on and so forth so I can kind of keep track of where these screws are. So there's this one on the bottom row. Hopefully no screws ran off. I'm hoping that little pile is all of them. But you never know.
What's this? Somebody new? Welcome, new butt brother!
Oh, I had still surgeon hands. That'd make this all easier. Thank goodness for slight magnetism on the top of this little screwdriver. We Skeem ASMR. Yee. Glad you guys are enjoying the stream. I just figured I was going to have to do this. Well, I mean, not have to. I could have just thrown the keyboard away. But I spilled a bunch of chocolate milk on it. It started going on the fritz before I was able to unplug it. Unplugged it. Earlier, I washed everything with soap and water, like the keys, I mean. And then I was like, I need to take it apart and clean it with alcohol before I ever, you know, the actual board and stuff, which is what we did earlier in this stream, before I try to put it back together. And I figured since I'm going to do that and try to salvage this, I might as well stream it. I just recently got the proper hookups that I can stream through my DSLR anyway. So here we are. Could I just buy a new keyboard? Sure. Would I rather try to restore this one, save the money, and also save the environment a little bit, not trashing electronics? Yes, I'd like this keyboard to live a nice full life. So we're giving it a shot. I don't know what my odds of success are here because I'm not a professional, but we're doing our best. We're giving the keyboard an honest shot at life after my chocolate milk mistake. Hate when the magnet doesn't grab the top of the screw, makes it harder to get in the hole. There we go. I love that there are almost 70 viewers to this. Hey, this is that top shelf content, Mrs. Skeem. This is what the people want. Honestly, I could see myself watching a stream like this. So
What's this?
I'm not even
Somebody
saying that fully
new?
sarcastic.
Welcome, new
I think
butt
a lot of
brother.
people now are invested in seeing will this... Thank you, Mr. Baller. I think a lot of people are invested to see if I will actually successfully fix this keyboard. And if you don't know, if you're just joining, this keyboard was not working before we started. We are hoping to have fixed that through a thorough cleaning to fix my mistakes of chocolate milk. I expect the keyboard to make a full recovery just because I don't want to accept the fact that I spilled chocolate milk on everything and it started to go on the fritz.
30% of your donation
Zach,
to
I'm
Skeem
drinking
will go
a
to fund
tasty
criminals like
screwdriver
me.
for you while you fix stuff.
I mean the good people over at YouTube.
$150. Damn. This man just dropped $300 on this stream, and then there's bits that came in on Twitch. You guys are going insane. Jeez. And no, I'm just keeping an eye on things visually. I can't hear the alerts. I guess I'll put my headphones on again, even though just to listen for alerts. Wait, if Bits cheered was the only thing I supposedly missed, then I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Just keep me up to date if I miss some generosity or awesomeness in the chat. I don't want to wear my headphones while doing this because it actually blocks out ambient noise. And I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing here without screwing something up. You know, like I don't want to accidentally press too hard and something starts to crack and then I don't even hear it because I'm wearing my headphones.
What's this? Somebody
Thank you
new?
for following me.
Welcome,
It's
new
Cruise
butt
Nick.
brother.
I'm like giving away stuff like you, Skeem, always have. Yeah, I understand. I love giving stuff away. I give to other creators, too. If you guys are ever in other people's live streams, you've probably seen me do it if you've seen me around. So it looks like we have one screw missing. I think I see it, though. I think it's under that cord. So we might have retained all of the screws somehow in all my chaos and lack of organization. Like, I should have had a little bucket to put the screws in. But I'm not that prepared. But is that it? Yep. Great. No screws lost. Alright. I need some dubs in the chat or some poggers in the chat for no screws lost during the disassembly and reassembly. We did it. Now we have to put the buttons back on. I'm going to turn off the camera really quick because I need to grab the box for this keyboard for reference of where the keys go. So, I am still here. The camera's just going off for a second. While I grab that box. Where are you, box? Oh, great. It's way up at the top. Don't break anything, Skeem. There we go.
30% of your donation to We Scheme will go to fund criminals
Nothing
like
broke.
me. I mean the good people over at
$2.
YouTube.
No loose screws. Huzzah. Thank you, David. All right. So I've got my reference point now, and I'm going to start putting this back together. I'm actually going to get a little more alcohol again to clean some of the individual keys that are still a little gross. And thank you for the bits, purple bag of Doritos. I'm going to clean off some of the keys that still have some residue on them as we put these back. There's not really going to be much of a sensible order to these keys. Ugh, hey, there's my arm. Sexy, white-ass arm. Let me, here. Just in case nobody wants to see my arm, I'll turn this off again while I grab these keys. no more Oreos. How sad. All right. But I've technically had skin reveals already on this channel, so don't worry about it. My neck reveal and all that stuff, just not my face. But some people are super sensitive about wanting to keep that mystique heavier than others. So out of respect for them, until I scrape all these up, I'll keep this off. I've told you guys many times I'm a white Latino, so it's not like it should be that surprising to you. But anyway. Okay, obviously the first key we're going to install is the spacebar key, because that's the pause key, as it's known on this channel, which is a very important key. Let's inspect it for cleanliness. Looks pretty good. I believe this is the correct direction it goes. Alright, only about 100 keys left. I'm not going to do this in any order. I'm just going to grab what I grab, and we're going to put them back. Let's make sure everything's clean. Alrighty. I might be a bit quiet during this part. I'll go ahead and turn on or put on my headphones so I can hear any dono alert, since there's nothing that I could be doing that would possibly break the keyboard here. I'm just going to concentrate to try to get this done at some reasonable pace.
%30 of your donation to We Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
You heard Kits McGee, Mrs. Skeem. You gotta go get yourself some Oreos. I just noticed some of these keys are a little dirty. Rather than take them back out.
Thanks you for your money.
Tyler with the dono alert check. Yup, I can hear. I put the headphones back on for this part. Thank you for the $30, Tyler. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, I hope this keyboard works after the end of all this. Now I feel the pressure's on. The stream became way more popular than I anticipated, with people vested to see, will this stupid idiot actually fix this keyboard, or will he just waste a bunch of time and money on the alcohol when he should have just bought a new keyboard because he's not smart enough to fix a keyboard. Well, I guess that's not really intelligence, it's more of a skill, but you get the idea. This key's kind of gross. Why did you get gross, shift key? Shifty shift key. Well, you're cleaner now. Are you the right or the left? I don't even know if it makes a difference, so I'm going to put you on the right. Maybe you're the left. I don't think that fits very well. I don't think that does either. Well, we're going to put you back on the right then. That looked like a better fit. Okay. Ooh, this one's really gross. It's because this is on the side that got hit with the chocolate milk. These are going to be the ones that are really bad. The ones who are at ground zero of Skeem's chocolate milk fiasco. They're going to need the most love. I bet my last $2 will work. I bet my last $2 it will work. All right. We got a man who's confident that this will fix our problems. Like I said, it wasn't fully broken. It was on the fritz. So I unplugged it before it would get destroyed. When I'm optimistic because when we opened it up, I didn't see the top side of the board, obviously, because I didn't want to take it apart that much. But the part of the board we saw looked really good. Like it had some stains on it, but I didn't see any evidence that anything had actually had a chance to short. And as long as nothing's short-circuited...
30% of your donation to Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
So, I feel pretty good about it, based on what I've seen physically, that she'll make a full recovery. And I'm not going to spill this drink.
30% of your donation to Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
Starcrasher also has faith, and I promise I'm not going to spill this Sprite on this as well. Mrs. Skeem knows my percentage of spilling on electronics is very low. It's not something I do a lot. That's usually more Mrs. Skeem's thing. But, you know, grow older and then you make more mistakes. Excuse me. Ooh, very non-ASMR-like. Well, actually, there's some weird styles of ASMR, so maybe that was ASMR-like. But I'm glad that Starcrasher has faith.
Skeem thanks you for your money.
Tyler with the $5 says, when I come see you, I will bring some special liquor that will hit better than the usual alcohol you have on stream. Sounds good, Tyler. I don't know when you're coming out or when that visit of sorts may ever happen, but I'm always up for alcohols. Okay, this one is the 6. Guess I should tilt this so you guys can see more of the keys. There we go. It's a better angle. Okay. I spilled chocolate milk on the keyboard, so we've completely taken it apart. Like, we unscrewed it and cleaned the inside with alcohol, and now we're putting the keys back together one by one and making sure we clean any individual keys that still don't look good. Most of the keys have looked good because I gave them a soap and water bath, but some of them still are looking a little rough. Hey, Blindside, what's up? Take care? I am taking care. Taking care of my keyboard.
Skeem thanks you for your money.
I will get with you prior to setting it up that way. It's all good. Yeah, that's works for me, I suppose. Ugh.
What's this? Somebody new? Welcome, new butt brother.
Thanks for following Hyper TV. Glad to see you here as we hopefully will have a working keyboard by the end of this. If you're just joining this riveting, peaceful stream, I spilled chocolate milk on this keyboard. It started to go on the fritz as soon as it happened. I unplugged it very quickly to try to prevent any long-term damage. Seems to have stopped. It seemed to have worked, but remains to be seen if this will work after this. But I took this thing apart during this stream and hit it with some alcohol on the actual circuitry and stuff to hopefully make sure it's nice and clean. And in a little bit, we're going to try to plug it back in and see if we fixed it instead of having to buy a new one. That is the name of the game. Try to restore electronics instead of just get rid of them. I didn't realize how dirty this V key was until just now. You gross little bugger. We gotta dry that off a little bit. Jess DeCorgi just realized how fucked up their keyboard is. Well, maybe you should give it some tender loving care. What's Streamlabs doing to get on your nerves? Everything? Because Streamlabs has been whack lately? Probably. Dang it. Well, caught it. I was just trying to clean you, mister. Where do you go? You're just a dot, but you're not the period dot, but you're also not the dot that goes over there. We're going to put you to the side for now. I can't figure out where you go. You don't look like the numpad dot because you don't have the word delete on you. Alright, mysterious dot. We'll figure you out later. Whoops. Well, all these need to move over. Well, I don't think it's the number pad delete or the number pad dot because that one usually has delete on it as well as a function key option. But I looked on the box, excuse me, and it shows that on there as well, but it might just not appear for some reason. Could have just been a printing error that I never noticed before. See, anything on this side of the keyboard, those are usually the ones you'll see me scrubbing because that's where the spill happens. So a lot of those keys, even after the soap and water, are still really dirty. So they need that alcohol schmack. Why do I have a second C? Oh, this is you. Duh. Come on, Skeem. Get with the program. It's a 6, not a 9. Losing it. Should have known by the fact that this one was so dirty that it was the number pad 6. This one you could see deep in there. You could see that color difference where the milk hit it. That's what we're cleaning when we hit these with the alcohol. That's what we're getting rid of. Now that's not going to help the keyboard work any better, but it will prevent if some humidity hits and any of that was to try to wet back up. If it was still dirty, that might cause the keys to stick. So it'll at least prevent from the keys getting sticky when you clean that up. Nobody wants sticky keys. Yeah, see here's the period delete key for the numpad that I was looking for. So I still don't know what that just solid dot key is, because the period key. Oh, it's not a dot. I'm just blind. Now it makes sense. It's the star key, the asterisk key for the numpad. That's why. So it's also because it was so dirty. But now that I've cleaned it up, you should be able to see. Come on, focus. It's an asterisk key, not a dot. It's still dirty. You could see that little shading, so I still need to clean it a little more. Well, I tend to keep my keyboards pretty clean, despite the spill fiasco. I actually clean mine with a disinfecting wipe quite regular, so my keyboard wouldn't be the same levels of filth that an average keyboard would be. I'm actually pretty particular with all of my electronics, so spills like this are very rare for me, because I baby my electronics. I don't let other people use them. I'm very delicate with them. I have a respect and a passion and a love for electronics. So a spill like this is unusual for me, which is why another reason I wasn't just going to throw out this keyboard just because it started to go on the fritz after I spilled on it. I wanted to try at least to do my due diligence to see if I could fix it by cleaning it up. And I guess we just decided to stream that randomly. And it's working out. You guys seem to be enjoying it. Just getting the last of the keys onto the other side. Notice a little bit more residue built up on here that I didn't notice during our first clean, so I'm just gonna get it. I just got a different angle of light, so we need to clean in there again. Don't want anything left behind to make these keys sticky. Dry that out real quick. Perfect. Alright, let's get back to assembly. Have you ever done or considered a music Q&A? I have done those, so you just have to catch me at the right time. Oh, shit. Notice some more residue here and here. Boy, that N key is like stained. Oh well, it won't cause any issues later if that's just a stain. Ooh. Oh, this key. Oh man, this key must have gotten wrecked by the spill. It is on the spill side of the keyboard. Take a look at this spotted Dalmatian looking monstrosity. Look at that. Look at that. It's like multicolored. I don't know how well you could see it depending on how you're streaming this. But my goodness, that's a dirty boy. The F11 key, it took a solid hit. And that's after I've washed it with soap and water, mind you, because these have all been washed in soap and water and scrubbed. So this key, whew. This key got it through the works. Oh, yeah. But the magic of 99% concentration, concentrated isopropyl, however you say it, alcohol, is beautiful. Look at this guy now. Come on, focus. Look at him. One color. There's a little bit that's drying still, but you could see he is no longer a spotted cow looking motherfucker. All nice and happy. Gotta hit this area one more time. It's still got just the faintest amount of residue over here. That key was a little crunchy, so we had to fix it up a bit. Feeling much better now. Am I getting high? How would I be getting high? It's alcohol, and its scent is not that strong. If anything, wouldn't I get drunk off of alcohol fumes? Not high? I don't know how alcohol fumes work, to be honest. But no, I'm not having any sort of effect from the alcohol. It's just a tiny little dish of it. Plus the window's open anyway. Not because of the fumes, but because I knew I'd get hot.
30% of your donation to We Scheme will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
Zach just dropped another $50 for the spotted cows. He's coming in defense of the nasty keys. I appreciate you and your insane $350 you've sent on this stream. Crazy bastard. Okay. I think it's about time, guys. I gotta clean up a few other spots, and then it's time to see if we fixed this thing. If it's broken, it might be... If it's still broken, at least it's very clean. It's disinfected and broken. Let's do a final sweep. Let me get rid of some of this residue here. All right. Gotta get this USB cord. We're going to, I'll just leave it on camera as I plug it into my desktop because this cord should be long enough to reach. And I'm just gonna plug it into a USB splitter and we'll see. First of all, let's just make sure it's nice and dry. Should be. The alcohol really doesn't have much water content in it anyway. It should pretty much be gone almost as soon as it hits. I'm going to dump this little bit left into the trash can. And go ahead and disinfect the trash can, I guess. Put the cap back on this. Let's just put some stuff away. Because even if it doesn't boot on, there's nothing else I'm going to try so far as fixing it. So we'll start to put away our tool set before the moment of truth. Let's delay the inevitable success or failure of this a little bit more. I'm going to plug this in and see if she glows red. And then we're going to try to type a message to the chat. So I guess I'm going to open up I'll open up Twitch because I favor the Twitch crowd over YouTube for live streams. Plus the messages go in immediately. So I will attempt a message to Twitch on the keyboard once we plug it in. All right, here we go. Hey! All the keys are glowing. Doesn't look like we have any that are out. We're glowing all across the board. Let's try the caps lock. Caps lock alert's working. Let's see, what would another one be? Numlock. Numlock alert is working. All right, all the little hazard lights are working. Now, will it type? Is the question. Yep, let me get my little feet up. Well, everything's working. It looks like this has been a complete success. We have cleaned the keyboard. Numpad, are you working? Let's check. Numpad's working. Caps lock. Everything's working. Oh, thank God. That was an hour and a half. Wow, that almost took an hour and a half. All right, so we took this bad boy apart. We cleaned it with a toothbrush and some alcohol with tender, loving care, precision, and patience. And the takeaway from this stream, if you spill chocolate milk on your electronics and you unplug it in time, maybe just take it apart and clean it. I'm not a professional. I did it without any I just took it apart. You saw me do it and cleaned it with a toothbrush and some alcohol. The toothbrush was $1 and the alcohol was $8. So for less than $10 and an hour and a half of my time, I saved a $150 keyboard. I think there's a $120, $150 keyboard. Don't just throw away your electronics, guys.
30% of your donation to We Scheme will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
And Zach is a mad lad who has donated $400 on this stream. Like an insane person. So I guess if this hadn't worked, I would have had the money to buy a new one. But yeah, I mean, I genuinely think that a lot of times we throw away stuff that we probably could fix. So take your 90 minutes out of your day, and the big thing is unplug it. Like, especially if it's water. If it's water-based damage or milk-based damage, unplug your electronics as soon as stuff hits it, as soon as you can. And then just give it a shot. Worst case scenario is you don't fix it and you end up throwing it out or recycling it anyway. But give it a shot. In our case, we fixed it, and I'm happy about it. And we also, in my case, entertained a bunch of people. Some of these keys I'm going to have to mess with to get them sitting how I want them to be. Some of them are sitting higher than others. So I unplugged it for that. I unplugged it, don't worry. It's not that it died. So yeah. Old Reliable is back. So we get to use our old keyboard again. Thanks for stopping by. I'm surprised how many of you guys were interested to watch this, but that's also awesome. Hopefully this was fun, maybe a little informative, and maybe a little inspirational to not just, most electronics can be fixed if you just clean them. Is one thing I've learned in electronics, is you could fix most electronics if you just give them a good cleaning.
This? Somebody new? Welcome
5 straight months of butt stuff for Drunken Irish. I assume he means months, not mouths. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, guys. This was a lot of fun. For me, there's 80 people here now to see the triumphant victory of a clean and now once again functioning keyboard. Thanks guys. It's been fun. Until next time, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Clean your electronics if you think they're broken before you throw them away, and unplug them if they hit water. I have an album coming out March 30th. Pop Punk is Dead. This Friday there's a music video for it. If you like the music video, consider getting the album. If you like the music video when it comes out on Friday, WeScheme.com, iTunes, Spotify, all that. That's the plug. I'll play a song from that album to play us off. And have a good one, guys.
To this, another shallow plight. You've thrown me in the middle of someone else's fight, and to save your own skin, I am the sacrifice. And rather than let go of this, you twisted my advice. Now you lie awake as guilt fills up your brain. You know your ego causes pain. I will carry on, your memories are gone, but you will always hear my song. So delete me, remove me, betray me, undo me, act as though we never met, and try so hard to turn in your regret. The pain, it hurts my heart, but I will let it go. You did me wrong in all of this, it's something we both know. Pretending I was gone when you know I found you lost. Convince yourself this sacrifice was really worth the cost. And I will forget you and sleep well tonight. It saddens me to see you go, but I'll be alright. Yeah, I will forget you and sleep well tonight. It saddens me to see you go, but I'll be alright. Now you lie awake as guilt fills up your brain. You know your ego causes pain. I will carry on, your memories are gone, but you will always hear my song. So delete me, remove me, betray me, undo me. Act as though we never met and try so hard to forget. Abuse me and sell me, backstab me, then you'll see I'll forgive and I'll forget. You'll toss and turn in your regret. As you toss and turn, as the nightmares take their toll. Don't ask me to take this away, the pain stays in your skull. And as you toss and turn, then try rewriting the past. The truth inside will linger on and misery will last. So delete me, remove me, betray me, undo me. Act as though we never met and try so hard to forget. Abuse me and sell me, backstab me, then you'll see I'll forgive and I'll forget. You'll toss and turn in your regret.